If you look good, you should not be approaching men. If you approach them, they had to have approached you first. If you accidentally bump into them and they use that opportunity to approach you, if you accidentally drop something and they use that opportunity to make conversation with you, then great. But you don't approach a grown man first unless you are a Pygmy Barbara the Builder or a masculine woman. Okay? Because that's all that they're going to see you as. They're going to say, oh, she likes to start stuff. She likes to be the initiator. She likes to be the masculine. So you don't approach. Somebody said, drop your keys. Allow them to approach you. You can give them a reason to approach you, but you do not say anything.
Guys, I just saw the finest man here at the gym, and I think I'm gonna go up to him and go shoot my shot because you miss 100% of shots that you don't take, so here goes nothing.
Daddy, how do you feel about a girl approaching you out in public? Just asking for a friend. Do you feel like, no, girls should not approach guys out because it gives off like a masculine vibe and guys should be the one approaching? Or are you like, yo, if you like daddy, come say hi to daddy? Because like, what if I saw you from across the way and then I just came over and was like, hey, I think you're like really cute, and I could tell by like the pleats in your pants that you'd be a lot of fun. No?
That's respectful.
One is don't be afraid to go up to a guy. I went up to him.
Wait, what?
Yeah, don't be afraid to go up to a guy. If you think
Shoot.
someone's cute, do it. Like, the worst they're going to do is say no, and then what? There's like 10 other guys at the same frat party that will say yes. Like, do it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Shoot or
I'd do
shoot.
that.
How does that make you feel, bro?
Really good. Yeah.
Did you think it was weird that a girl was coming up to you or no?
Not
No.
really.
So you liked it?
Yeah.
Who asked for the first date though?
He did.
Yeah.
So you're still a man. Who paid for the first date?
He did.
Okay, do you think a man should pay for the first date?
Yeah.
Girls that are watching this, okay, they want to find their man. They want to find the right guy, but they're so afraid of opening up and communicating with these girls. What would you tell them?
So I was talking to someone at work, had approached someone, and the individual was like, you know, what's your name? And I'm like, so and so, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, what's your phone number? At that point, I'm like, 911, you know? And they're like, well, if I call 911, are you going to show up? I cannot guarantee that, but at this point I feel like laughing, you know, because it's like hilarious, but also like I am single, so no. But it's just like, I want to keep my job, so like, let's not go there. Ever.
I've never not approached a guy I've dated, like long-term relationship. I've never not approached or made the first move with a guy I've dated. I get a lot of questions like how to meet someone, where to meet someone. Me, I don't really like online dating. I just, it's gonna be, you're gonna have to, you know, sieve through a lot of people who are just there to make sure that they're still hot, as in like they're not available emotionally, they're married, they're doing A, B, C, D, F, G, as we know, right? So I really like to see a human being in their face and know that that person might be for me. So here is my thing, right? As a woman, natural selection, you're going to choose the man, but you're not going to initiate stuff after that. But you've got to make the choice, baby. You've got to make the choice. If you want to potentially have a life partner, why are you letting them choose you? You let them know that, yeah, I'm approachable, and then they can do the work, okay? So what you do is everyone I've ever dated, I've seen out because number one, I don't like the guy that's going to come up to me. Essentially, that's like a 10% of men who come up to every girl just to see their chances. And maybe out of that 1%, he's that guy who's just brave enough to see you. But essentially, ask any man in the world, unless they're like that top 5% player, women are scary to come up to. A female rejection for a young guy especially is just painful. It's just like the world giving you a barometer of where you're placed in the world. Essentially, that's what a woman's rejection is. It's like, oh, are you all these things? You don't meet the criteria. I'm going to ignore you. It's quite painful. You know what I mean? We understand that. So give him a signal. Ask him to hold your drink. Well,
appreciate
unless he's
that.
going to put something in it. So
Oh,
don't ask him
yeah,
to do that.
yeah, yeah,
Ask him
yeah,
to hold your jacket. Oh my God. Ask him to hold your jacket. Ask him. Do you know what it is with men? This is it. This is how to approach a man. 101. Ask him for his assistance, ask him for his advice, or ask him for directions or help. It's a proven thing that when you ask someone for a favor that's doable, a small favor, a man especially, they
true.
like you more than if you hadn't.
That's true.
Let me repeat that. If you ask a man you just met for a small favor, like a direction to hold your jacket while you get your chair out, something, or to just explain something on the menu to you, they like you more than if you hadn't done that, because it lets them be in their masculine role, in their masculine energy. So let the guy know. Give the guy a smile that you like. That's what I mean. I approached them. I don't mean I came up to them and said, hello, what's your name?
Thanks for clarifying that. I think before she continues on, I feel like the thing about the favors would go for anybody. It's just because it makes you seem like a real person. You know what I mean? Like you're talking to them and you're acknowledging their presence. So whenever you acknowledge somebody's presence, then they're like, oh man, I must be special to somebody. Right. And imagine doing that to a man. Imagine how you would feel if somebody were to come up and ask you, hey, could you do this for me? It would mean a whole lot. If it's a big thing, then that's kind of a commitment. But if it's something that's small and a little commitment just to start things off, then that's probably going to be a good way to introduce yourself to him and see if there's something there, see if there's a spark there, see if there's a way to start a conversation. Like, hey, can you hold my coat real quick? Or something like that. And then he holds it and you sit there and do whatever you need to do or whatever you're doing. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, I like those shoes, by the way. And give a compliment or something. Where'd you get them? And strike up a conversation. That could be a way to do it. Right. And so I think a lot of modern women should start thinking about how it is they interact with men if they are in fact looking for a relationship. They want to have a family someday. They want to get married, the whole 9 yards. You've got to learn to adapt in this environment, this scenario. Is it perfect? Probably not. Is it something that you want? Probably not. But if a man is going to have to adapt, then so do you. You can't stay the same.
No, I gave them a smile. I looked in their direction, then looked away. I asked for their help. I asked them a question. Be selective. Make a choice.
Here in Atlanta, the girlies are the ones who approach the men.
Wait.
The men, no.
Wait!
I'm telling you.
The girls are moving to the boys here?
Yes. And they won't say it. They don't want to come out and say it, but they do. The men here are they're just so spoiled. They are spoiled. All the girls are sharing the same man. All the girlies here, they're dating the same 3 Africans. Africans are a big thing here.
Really?
Yes.
Like Portia Williams, African
Oh
type
my God,
key.
they want that. And then if it's not the Africans, then yes, it has to be like the athletes. Everybody's a money guy now, a entrepreneur, an investor now. Everybody's that in Atlanta, which I don't get. But I don't know what y'all be investing in. But yeah, be careful. Here, I just feel like the dating scene really, really caters to the men. The men don't really court. It's really weird to watch. And then it's weird to see like the women, how they will beat each other's wigs off over these dudes.
I witnessed this girl earlier this week approach a man with the most confidence I have ever seen. She went up to him and she said, hey, I need to know your name, and I think that you think you need to know my name too. They hit it off, they exchanged numbers. It worked beautifully, and I was honestly like, that's confidence goals right there. And I'm just gonna like put that little pickup line in my back pocket for later.
I always say a woman's success rate with approaching a man, as long as he's single, 99%. She is going to get his name and number.
Sometimes it might even be if the man is not single that you have a success rate. I ain't gonna get on that. Them boys know they need to quit playing.
But a man's experience is very different. He unfortunately will be rejected most of the time. And on top of that, unfortunately, rejection nowadays can be somewhat brutal, especially if she ends up labeling him a creep. So think about it. If a woman is the deciding factor on a successful approach, why don't women do it more? And look, even if it doesn't result in them being together and dating, that man is going to remember her forever. And it is going to be a story that man is telling for the rest of his life. Trust me.
I have a question for the men out there, okay? And please give me your honest answer because I need this answering, okay? If I, a woman, was to come up to you in public, are you going to be a little bit turned off by that? Keep it real, because a lot of the times, I'm going to keep it real. Sometimes I see a man and I'm like, I need you in my life. I am too scared to go up to him, but I'm sometimes thinking I need you in my life and I want your kids and I can already envision us having a family together and 3 dogs. Would you be a little bit creeped out if I was to come up to you? Would you be like, hey, step back? Or are you kind of down for it? Because if you're down for it, then I might just start coming up to men. I might just start having conversations with men because I'm scared most of the time. But maybe I need to start. Maybe this is my new era of going up to men in public.
Do it.
Do I do it? Are you not into it? Let me know.
I would much rather have an ugly guy approach to me instead of a good-looking guy.
Why?
Because at the end of the day, I know that a good-looking guy is being approached by another female. Yeah. And I know he's a man. But when an ugly guy is coming and approaching, it means there's a certain thing and a certain, energy,
Some reason it feel like we're all running into the same vibe. You got the guy who says he's not ready for a relationship but wants to do all the relationship things. Second, you got the guy who's not over his ex and he don't realize he needs to go talk to the lady. Third, you got the one who got a baby on the way. He not really claiming it because he don't know if it's his. Then you got the one who is all on your, giving you everything that you need. Conversation, personality, making you feel comfortable, making you feel safe, and then just randomly decides to ghost you for like 2 weeks. They're not ready and they be so busy. Boy, you. And then the fifth one, this is the one who you try to give a chance to, who's not really in your league. Maybe I need to try some new things, so let me just give him a chance. So you give him a chance and then he play in your face. And that's all that are out here right now. If I missed any of them, please let me know.
The people who are actually serious that you could ask questions to instead of stereotyping them, they're still out there as well. But because modern women like to waste time, they keep on running into the same 5 men that most women run into when it comes to dating. That sucks. He's so stupid, man. He's so stupid.
Here's another tip. I forgot about this one. It's very good. If you want to go up to a guy and if you want to initiate it, but you don't want to go up and talk to him or whatever, you go up to him and ask him to do you a favor. You say, would you mind taking a picture of my friend and I?
It is.
Or you stand next to him, you have to tie your shoe or something, and you say, could you hold my jacket really quick?
And that could even work because you're right up next to them, right? And then just being close like that creates a little something. Being strategic.
You ask him to do you a favor, and A, that's tapping into their masculinity, and they'll feel useful and helpful and like the knight in shining armor. And B, right when it's done, you say, thank you so much. I'm Emma, by the way.
What's your way to let somebody know that you're interested in them? I just glance over and stare at them, but not too much, just tastefully. Eye contact long enough, you're the hottest guy, but see you later. But also I don't give a f about you. Right. So you might catch me once staring at you, but when you look over the next 5 times, I'm not looking. So you do a one glance over and that's it. Yeah. By the way, guys, I'm single, so I'm just gonna let you know how that's working for me.
Exactly.
I'll make eye contact with you, to the point where it's I know you're staring at me, but in a confident way. Yeah. I'll be no stress, I'm looking at you, but then I won't look at you again. But I eye contacted you enough that you're okay. But I think solid. If you want a guy to come up to you, you have to do that. Yeah. Because you want to just kind of validate that you're on the same page as them, so they don't feel like their ego is. Here we go. You don't want to feel they might come up to you and they're gonna get their ego bruised. Yeah. You have to validate.
Man, even with women staring, I just feel like there's nothing better than opening your mouth. Pause. There's nothing better than just saying something. I don't know where we got this notion to where we I'm gonna give you a look, and that look, you better come over. How do you teach people to read a look? Like, I'm watching what's that, Netflix or on Netflix, Receivers, and the quarterback and the receiver has to be on the same page, and they have to practice the looks that they have. They got to get their timing down. They have to do all that stuff, right? You bring in a big name receiver, big money receiver, and a big name, big money quarterback. They have to spend time in the film room together. Okay, this is what this means to both of us. They got to spend time getting all that on the same page. So how is it that two strangers that have never even seen each other that night have to understand and know, oh, this is going to be it. Oh, it's hard. It's difficult. So there's got to be some other way than, oh, I'm giving you a look for 3 seconds, staring like a maniac. Yo, that man don't know you. You might think that you look normal looking at somebody, but then you look crazy. You look weird. But that's just my opinion. We're seeing that a lot of women have to approach now because of what they've said they don't want men to do. And they got to live with that. But that's just my opinion. To the next video, I'm out.